Right, hi guys, and welcome to the Friday Live thing from sponsored by Lean Greens.
Have to get that in there, don't I?
We decided once again to go completely live and not tell anyone, just to see what happens.
So, if you caught us live right now, leave your comments in the comment section below. Usual bullshit that people ask you to do on live.
Yeah, we're actually going to do some interesting stuff today.
I think we are. Yeah.
Literally, we're just going to work live, sort of thing.
I could have put money on. He was going to comment first.
Yeah. Hi, Donald. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Yeah. So what we're going to do today is I was literally in the middle of setting up a second ad. Hi, Tamar. How you doing? Good to see you. Actually, you'll find this really interesting. So I've been running. Let's dive straight into it, right? Shall we?
Yeah, I think so, because there's been a reasonable amount of chat about certainly in the SMO pro group, I think it is, or might be in the foundation, I can't remember, about Facebook campaigns, the like campaigns, and continuation from that. And I think some of the stuff that Mark wants to go through and some of the stuff I want to go through kind of marries all those bits together, because Mark's been doing some interesting stuff with Facebook in this last week or so, which is created some really good engagement.
I will say now, for everyone who doesn't know what SMO is there's two things involved in SMO. We've got our free group where you can come and ask questions. You can ask about everything we're doing here, and we'll happily spill the beans and tell you what we're doing and how we market, and we'll give you advice completely free. We're happy to share. Part two is the pro group, where we actually show people. We do our marketing live, generally speaking. Plus we've got lots of tips. We've got loads of videos and stuff like that. So what I'm going to show you now is actually part of some of the stuff we're doing in pro this week. So this is, let's go a bit weird first. Right, and we just go. So this here is my ads manager from this week. So if I do the last 7 days. Right, cool. So I started some campaigns this week, and what I've done, basically because I've been in lockdown, I've had lots of time to think. And thank you to the Spanish government for giving me another 2 weeks to think. So that I'm not leaving the house. Everywhere else in the world you can go out exercising, not in Spain. You're not even allowed to leave the house. You can leave the house once a week to go and do a bit of shopping. And that's only one person in a car. So I've not been out the house for, since 15th of March. So anyway, so I've been thinking. So I've literally rebuilt my Facebook campaigns, my Facebook pixels, my Facebook audiences from the ground up. So I'm only running 2 campaigns. I've got a cold campaign and a warm campaign. Next week, I'm going to add a conversion campaign and a retargeting campaign. Okay, so that will get the money flowing in. But at the moment, all we're doing is building audiences. Okay, and that's what Tim's done for the last 18 months with his like campaigns, built an audience. So I'm doing it slightly different. So this is my cold campaign. So I'm just showing this to a massive broad group of, I'm trying to think how many people. It's about 2 million, I think. And you can see here, I've had 303 post engagements, and I've spent $17. Okay, it's showing at 1 cent. That's completely wrong. It's half a cent, but Facebook doesn't go down, right? So I'm engaging people for half a cent. Okay, you can see frequency 126. Now on the back of that, we have a warm campaign. So I've set a set of parameters, and if somebody breaks that trigger point in the parameters, then they go into a warm audience, and then I run another ad to them.
Yeah.
Okay, but you can see here, this is getting to 2.88. So the job today is I'm adding a second warm advert in here. Okay, the other thing I can do is actually reduce the budget on this a bit. So it's at the whole $3 a day. So what I'll probably do is I will drop this one down to $1 a day, and the new one I'll put in at $2 a day.
The alternative to this you can do if you want to speed results up is basically by taking the cold campaign and increasing the budget of that. So you can either halve the budget of the warm campaign or double the budget of the cold campaign. Depends on what your risk tolerance is and all that kind of thing. But obviously, if you're seeing good results, which you are with a cold campaign, and like you know that it's producing an end result, it's like, okay, what's the thing that drives the whole process? And it's the cold campaign, and it's like, okay, spend more money on the cold campaign gives Facebook more of a scope to go and find more people to then feed down into the warm campaign and ultimately your paid campaign further down the line.
Well, the thing is, how I've set these up is this cold campaign's currently only got one ad set. In fact, I'll show you the ad sets. We're quite happy to show our things, right? So this one here, cold campaign, it has got one ad set that is targeting United Kingdom. So one thing I can do, this is $7. Okay, so I can add another one in for $5.
Yep.
Okay, I add another cold campaign for $5 targeting the United States. Okay, so that is another way of doing it. Reduce that down to $5, the other one $5, and we'll see how they compare. So I'm running $10. I'm happy to run 20 to 30 on this, but I'm going to keep this at a low budget until the end of the month, just so we get a lot of data. Next, we've got the warm. Actually, now let me go back. What I was going to say. So here we've got 1 cent clicks. Okay, I wrote about this in the foundation yesterday. I've actually got half-cent clicks. So 90% of marketers would have a big post how I'm getting 1 cent click, how I'm getting half a cent click, or engagements. Sorry. However, that isn't the whole story, because it doesn't matter. It means absolute 1 cent doesn't mean a thing. This is what matters, the warm audience. So what all the cold audience is doing is putting people into the warm audience, and then I can follow up with more engagement. Okay, so it's costing me 15 cents to have everyone do a playthrough. Okay, for everyone to go through, it costs me 15 cents. Doesn't really matter, because you can see here, this bit here on the cold campaign, 300 people have played 25% of the video. My trigger for putting someone into a warm campaign is watching 25% of the video. So what we've done for $17, we've got 300 people, okay, into an audience. So that is working out at about 5 cents, I think. If you do the math, I did it yesterday on yesterday's figure. It was about 5 cents to turn cold audience into a warm audience. I am happy with that, because now I can start to educate this new warm audience, and I can then retarget and show conversion ads to the warm audience. Okay, so basically all we're doing, we're filtering down at the moment 2 million people into 300 people who are interested. And that's the whole point of this campaign. Now, before I go and hand over to young Tim, who's going to talk about this, Tim's talked about like campaigns. Okay, so I was literally, as we came on here, I was setting up an advert. So I said to Tim, hang on, let's go and sort of tweak this advert live. And so you're going to see the advert I'm running. Okay, so this is the second warm advert, warm video. Had to quickly choose a topic you can rank for on YouTube. So this is what I came up with initially, and we are going to change it because Tim told me something. How to rank on YouTube. Here's a quick video on how to rank on YouTube. We're just going to keep it simple, right? So Tim's running like ads. So I want to test like ads with this. Now, normally I wouldn't bother doing this bit here, because it's probably not ideal at the moment. However, we decided for shits and giggles to actually try and get some likes from this video. So we come up with the term, if you want to see more like this, show your appreciation in the usual way. Simply because that's not saying to see more, click like, because Facebook hates that.
Yeah, there's called engagement baiting, which is kind of generally frowned upon by the powers that be of Facebook. So it's saying something along the lines of like, comment, and share, so you can see more of our stuff. It's kind of like, it's a bit of a red flag, and kind of not really, your reach will be suppressed very much by that. But what I would suggest is changing the way that you ask for things. You can ask for it in the video itself. You can say like, comment, and share to get more of this stuff, but it's also good to ask for people to take an action within the text as well.
Yeah. So we have got another problem that we need to get around, and that is the word YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. Because they don't like it.
Yeah. If you think about Facebook and what they're trying to do, the problem with Facebook, or the problem for Facebook, is they don't want to send traffic. They don't want to be seen to be sending traffic to other social media platforms. YouTube is essentially a social media platform, and it's a competitor of Facebook. So anytime that you use YouTube in text, especially certainly for posts, if you've ever created a post on your Facebook page, your business page, and go check out my YouTube channel, like for blah 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 blah, it won't get the same reach as another post that doesn't mention YouTube. So we kind of have to get around this whole question of what to call YouTube without calling it YouTube. And I think that's it's quite a hard thing to do. You kind of almost want to go, it's talking about how to rank on your favorite video channels.
Yeah. So
big option.
Well, the other one I was thinking about is, let me go back here. We've got that. Let me go back. We've got that. Just click. No.
Just click on cancel. Cancel.
Right, I need to get back to where a post is.
Video details. See where it says video details? Above thumbnail. On the right hand side.
There we go. Yeah. Okay. This changes every week, I'm sure of it. Right, so how to rank a video.
Yep.
How about that?
Very, very simple.
Now we're just going to go with how to rank a video. And here's a quick video on how to rank videos.
The thumbnail should answer the question of, what type of videos. It would be clear that it's for YouTube.
How to quickly choose a topic you can rank for on YouTube. So it's in the thumbnail. Facebook won't see that. Well, they will see it, they'll ignore it.
The only thing I would suggest is changing the thumbnail so it doesn't have so much text. Because if you have
3% already tested.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Cool.
I run it through all the thumbnails automatically get run through.
Fair enough.
The checker. So we're good to go. Although I had one the other day at 10%, and Facebook did say, "Hang on a minute." so let's go live. Let me just publish this. Okay, newsfeed display. Yeah. Okay. So tags. I didn't do tags. Oh no.
So just go back to create post.
Yeah. Tags. Video.
So the other thing you can do is you could probably type YouTube in there.
Yeah. I've got the hashtag button again. No, I'll leave that off. Video. Well, honestly, tags aren't really very necessary on Facebook. Okay, so next. There we go. Yeah, okay. HD video. Yeah, 3 minutes long. Yeah. Go on.
I tend to find that I don't worry about it, especially if you're going to run it as an advert. It really doesn't matter too much.
So for those of you who are playing along, see this is.
No, get rid of
that. So here it is being prepared. Now, this is obviously posted to the page. What we'll do later, because this is a warm audience, we will add it into the
warm campaign.
And there we go. So if you're actually on the page now, you probably see it posted. So that is that. Let me just get rid of my screen and I'll get to any questions that you guys might have on this. Right. Okay. Where are we? What's the trigger? 25% of watching. Anybody watch 25% of video? That's it.
One of the things,
internet-based branding. Yeah, I've actually got that course, Donald. It's pretty good what he talks about. It's typical Frank Kern though. It's just rehashing some of his old training from 2018, 2019. But yeah, I could actually go. He's actually got a script that he uses on all his lives, or he did use 2 years ago. That's the only thing I don't like about some of Frank Kern stuff. What he's teaching now is what he taught 2 years ago. Well, this internet-based branding is a 2-year-old course that he's just rehashed. God, speaking of that, I've been hammered this week by certain marketers who every weekend are doing a new launch of all their old stuff. But anyway. So,
no, I think some of the stuff that you've just been going through goes back to that whole idea of marketing as a game of elimination. And it's like, the problem with Facebook is, and one of the powers of Facebook when it's machine learning is that it's supposed to figure out who the most likely person is to either engage or to convert or to give up their email address or do whatever goal that you set Facebook to achieve. The problem is because we've got a massive amount of data available to us and limited ad spend, we have to find our own way of doing our own machine learning, as it were. So this is basically by taking a big audience and by finding the cheapest way to find as Tamara just said, the trigger, figure out what the trigger is to show that person is interested in the thing that you are showing them, or that they're interested in your stuff. So you're trying to eliminate as many people as possible in as cheap way as possible. So this is a great way of doing it, especially with small budgets. Just this week, I think it's quite interesting that as Mark was going through that, you'll notice that Mark is doing ad set budget level stuff. Now, Facebook have been desperately trying to get everybody to adopt Campaign Budget Optimizer. And the reason for that is that, one of the reasons I believe is that it forces advertisers to spend more money. And whilst it's a better way of optimizing an account through their machine learning, again, unfortunately, it's never worked really for small budgets. They've obviously seen that there's literally 1 million advertisers on Facebook who are still using ad set budgeting because they've got such small ad budgets that there's no way a campaign budget optimizer is going to work. So they're going to lose the best part. If you think about the long tail kind of thing, they're going to lose a whole amount of revenue. So what they've done is they've now said that they're not going to force people to have campaign budget optimizer, and you will still be able to run ad set level campaigns, ad set budgeting campaigns. So which is it's good for us as smaller advertisers. It enables us to do some of this stuff a little bit better because we're not relying on Facebook's machine learning to optimize our campaigns. It means that we have control of doing the learning. And because the machine learning, it works great on a massive scale for a Coca-Cola or for a Mercedes-Benz or whatever, but it doesn't work for serious markets only or lean greens necessarily because our budgets are too small. I'm due to have a call with a Facebook rep next week. The joy of Facebook reps. I don't mind having calls with them because it allows me to kind of question them on things like this. And it's like going, okay, I appreciate what you're trying to do with CPO, but my business is never going to spend £1,000 a day. Well, at the moment, it's not going to spend £1,000 a day on ads. So CPO is never going to work. So I'm going back a little bit and backpedaling a bit and going, you know what, actually ad set budget level stuff is a far better way of going about eliminating as many people as possible, getting down to that smaller audience, so that when you do run a warm ad campaign, a warm traffic campaign, that's us doing the job of the machine learning for it, kind of thing. So that's what we're trying to do here.
Well, it's I've basically set myself a target. If I start running ads at $50 a campaign a day, then I will switch it to CBO.
Yeah.
Because there should be enough data then.
Yeah.
Actually, to tie in, Tamar's asked a couple of questions. Here we go. Who's the target audience for the ad to the cold audience? Well, it was digital marketers. People like digital marketing. That's it. But it doesn't matter. I could actually, because of the way we set the ad up, I can target everyone in the UK, right? Because the ad says digital marketers, online marketer. Question, not even a question mark. Online marketer. Here's seven things you need to know. That's it. Because the ad does the sort of selection, but
creative is doing the eliminating all the people, because people go scrolling through their feed and they see online marketer ? And it's like they go, I'm not an online marketer, scroll past.
Yeah. So yeah, you may get a little bit of a view, okay, but it doesn't matter. At $0.50, it's worth the risk. Right. The other one is, what do you use to make your videos? Right. So I up to now have been using Headliner. I actually posted about this in SMO the other day, by the way. So you've been in the pro group, I think. So I was using Headliner, and then suddenly I went, I'm sure I can do all of this in ScreenFlow, which is the tool I use for doing all my videos normally. And yes, I actually did it quicker and easier in ScreenFlow than I did in Headliner. So I actually cancelled Headliner there and then. It's not as automated.
No.
Part of the reason is quicker because I know exactly, and you got to learn a few little tricks, like how to make the bar move across the bottom. But that's all done with actions and stuff like that. So you set the starting point and you set the ending point for the video. So it will just move across slowly, and yeah, it's okay. And then you can go to rev.com or Temi, I think Temi, which is their free. They're not free. They're fully automated version. Stick a video in there. Costs me 10 cents a minute, and I get the captions, which I then literally just import into ScreenFlow, edit it if it needs editing, and burn it in, and then it's ready to go.
How long is the videos?
Sorry?
How long are the videos?
I'm doing 2 minutes at the moment. Anything, I would say anything up to five minutes is good. The way I look at it is 2 minute video is 30 seconds for 25%. So if anyone wants to listen to me waffle for 30 seconds, and they're at least nibbling the worm.
Yes, exactly. And what you've done is you've done that identification process. It's like nobody's going to sit and listen to you or watch the text dit away on the bottom, like on the subtitles. They're not going to sit and watch that, or if they're not interested in online marketing.
Tamar, not watch the repurposing course then. It's in the repurposing course. So there you go. Yeah. So that's basically everything I'm thinking about Facebook ads at the moment. And I recommend anyone at the moment, even if you're just running $1 or $2 a day, $1 a day, $30 a month, at least you're building part of an audience. So when things start to get back to normal, sort of, I was actually told that pubs in Ireland may not be opening this year. So
yes, as I say,
pubs in Ireland not opening this year. It's going to be a long time till we get back to normal.
Yes. Mark and I were talking just before we started this call about, we talked about this weeks and weeks ago, is the people who kind of accept the new reality the quickest are going to be the ones who succeed and move forward. The ones who are trying to cling on to the old world as we once knew it are going to be the ones who struggle and fail ultimately.
Yeah.
You know, whether you agree with Bill Gates or not, whether you believe bat suit caused this, or whatever conspiracy theory 5G bullshit thing that you're thinking that caused this whole thing. Ultimately, I spend an awful lot of time reading about various different things. I trust Bill Gates to a huge extent. I think he's a brilliant mind. If you've ever seen, there's actually a Netflix documentary, Inside Bill's Mind, and it's well worth watching. Probably a far greater insight into the mind of somebody who thinks the world in a very, very different way. And his take on this whole thing is that, yes, things will change. Life will not go back to the way it has been. Life will not be normal again. And it's not a doomsday kind of doom and gloom way of looking at it. It's more, we just need to accept that things are going to change, and we just need to move forward with it. So, as you know, there's a few things that as entrepreneurs, we just need to realize, okay, so what is the new reality? So a lot of my thinking over this last week has been, okay, so the old way of marketing my product may not be true anymore. And it's like, so to give you an example, so one of the main messages that we have for Lean Greens, we have used over the last year and a half, is struggle to make your daily veg, drink our stuff, or hate vegetables, drink our stuff. Now, the thing is that the way that people run out their lives in the last 5 weeks compared to previous to the whole COVID thing is that they were eating out a lot. They were getting fast foods. They were, grabbing stuff on the fly, and it's like their nutrition sucked. Now, a lot of people are now buying stuff from the supermarket. They've got time to prepare it at home, and they're eating better. So potentially my message of, are you struggling to get your daily veg, may not be true anymore. People who previously said, I hate vegetables, are actually eating more vegetables now. And it's like, okay, so what's the new message that I need to kind of put across? What's, not ignoring what's gone before, because there will still be people who hate vegetables and don't eat enough vegetables and all that kind of stuff. But, so it's thinking about your product and not thinking, okay, well, the messaging I had before is relevant today compared to what it was 6 months ago. That's the thing that we've got to really get our heads around. Tamar's made a really good point. We may never travel again, which is a scary prospect and a scary thought, but it's a reality that we have to kind of almost come to terms with. We might not have air travel. Like, I may not see Mark in the flesh ever again, which is really, really sad.
I know it was really bad because I know all the good restaurants. Don't worry, it won't be open anyway.
No, nothing will be open. So we have to accept that new reality. So there's a lot of things that are going to have to change, and that's kind of like one side of what I was wanting to talk about. The other thing I wanted to talk about was like campaigns. So as you know, I've been a big advocate of like campaigns over the last 18 months or so, and I've committed to like campaigns for our Facebook page, and we spend probably about anywhere between 15 to 20 pounds a day on our like campaigns. We could spend more, we could spend less, but basically I just set it and forget it kind of thing. And we've built up something like 47,000, 48,000 people on our Facebook page. And like the main message that we put across on that is struggle to make your daily veg, like Lean Greens for tips and tips for reducing cravings and, eliminating whatever, blah, 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 blah. So that kind of message. So we're getting people who basically say, yes, I struggle to get enough veg in. Yes, I hate vegetables. I'm going to like Lean Greens because this might be the solution. Now, the thing is, like, out of 47,000 people who've liked our page, we've not had 47,000 people buy Lean Greens. I probably wouldn't be doing a live call today if we had 47,000 people a month buying Lean Greens. I'd be doing something very different. I'd be on a yacht somewhere. Be on a yacht, yeah. I'd be going to my second home in the Maldives. or disappearing off into a yurt somewhere in the in the middle of nowhere, escaping from this mad world that we live in. Anyway, so one of the things that we've been trying to do is, how do we convert those 47,000 people, or more of those 47,000 people, to people who actually go forward and buy? So one of the things that we've been looking at this week is we started to run a contest. And this is probably the most basic, simple thing. And I should have done it maybe a couple of months ago, maybe 6 months ago. I was just too tied up with other stuff. But it's like, what we've done is we've set up a campaign, or a couple of landing pages on our site, which basically is all about win £100 store credit, by entering your email address in, kind of thing. So very, very simple. Enter your email address in. You're entered into a draw each month to win £100 store credit. So that's basically the landing page. Simple squeeze page with a thank you page, all that kind of stuff. We've set up an ad on our Facebook page, so similar to what Mark's been doing. It's a simple text and image campaign. It's nothing flash. And the headline of it is, or the first line of it is, how would you spend £100 at leangreens.com? And it then talks about the contest that we're running and all that kind of stuff. There's a whole bunch of rules and regulations that you need to follow if you're going to do contests through Facebook, or if you're going to advertise contests through Facebook. You need to have terms and conditions. You need to absolve Facebook of any responsibility, and blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. So you need to make sure you get all that right. But for us, we started the campaign. We put up a new post, started the campaign yesterday. Straight away, we've got 30 signups, 30 people who are now on our email list, who weren't on our email list before. And they're coming in at around, I think it would work in around about 50 pence per opt-in. The interesting thing with that is, like, as soon as they opt in, on the thank you page, you make them an offer. So you've got like an offer for your front end new customer offer campaign thing. So we've got that going there. So I expect to see a certain percentage of people who sign up who will also go ahead and then buy our products, to basically liquidate the cost of running those ad campaigns. I'm not looking to make a profit, but I'm basically looking to liquidate on the front end that campaign. So how do you do store credit with Shopify? Through gift cards was the question. There's a couple of ways you can do it. You can do it as a simple discount code, and it's a one-time discount code. And that's the way that we're intending on doing it. So you just go, it's £100 discount code that you have to spend all in one go. That's the way we're going to run it at the moment. You can do gift cards. I think Shopify has opened up gift cards now to non-Shopify Plus members. So like if you're not on the top tier of Shopify's thing, which I'm not, I don't need to be, you can now create gift cards. And I think there is an app as well, a third-party app that does gift cards. But we're just going to do it as a discount code. We're just going to send somebody a £100 discount code. It's like, you have to spend this all at once, otherwise you basically miss out. And there's no cash alternative. Blah 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 blah. Usual stuff. Right. The thing is I'm not trying to do it perfectly to start with. If it starts to become more of a thing and it starts to really work for us, we'll do more of this type of thing. And maybe the store credit, and we'll expand the store credit thing and have the proper, gift cards and all that kind of stuff. But to be honest with you, down and dirty, set it up. It's just a way of converting all those people who like your Facebook page to people who are on your email list. The other thing I did with the ad or the Facebook post is I was very explicit about that they are signing up to an email list where they're getting emails. And if they don't like getting emails, they shouldn't join. They shouldn't enter. If they never read emails, that they shouldn't enter, because the only way of seeing if they've won or not is if they open an email. So I was been quite explicit about that, but also explaining what the emails are about. It's not just about promotions and pitching all the time. It's like, showing or trying to explain that the way that we do email marketing is very, very different to a lot of other companies. So you're not just going to get pitched at all the time. So we were quite clear, quite aggressive with trying to put people off as much as trying to attract people. And that's the key with a lot of advertising and marketing, is that people try and do too much to get as many people in as possible. That's why you have these crazy contest campaigns, which is like, win an iPad, enter your email address, and then you get a bazillion unsubscribes because people don't want to get emails from somebody like that. And people are only entering because they want to win the iPad. Whereas by having it as store credit, it's like it'll only attract people who actually are interested in buying lean greens in the first place. So it's as much putting people off as actually attracting people. So it's not about volume necessarily. It's not about getting low cost leads. It's getting the right leads onto your email list. So it's moving people from liking your Facebook page to the next level of commitment of starting to receive your emails, and that's important to us.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much not that you could do that, you should start doing.
At the moment,
when I started 8 weeks ago, 8-9 weeks ago, depending on where you were. So we've been in that 8 weeks, I think, 15th of March, whatever. So no, actually 6 weeks. I can't remember. It's just blur. It's a blur. But when I started, everyone assumed that give it a month and things will be back to normal again. They'll be back to restaurants. They'll be back to the shopping malls. It's not happening. You know who the biggest loser is? Who have gone from £64 million a day to zero? Primark, because Primark didn't have an online presence.
Yeah.
So every day now I'm getting emails from various fashion retailers who are saying, "Hey, online deals. Here you go, 50% off, pre-sale." So they're still selling stuff. They're just doing it in a different way. I know several people who are basically taking what they've got as a company and turning it into a membership site. And the people have got to now knuckle down and think, do you know what? Things are definitely going to be different. We have to do something different.
Yeah, there's no point sitting and waiting for it to come back. If not, that's the point.
I mean, this is exactly why I'm running ads at the moment. I'll tell you what, the biggest indication I saw that I needed to do something was I was watching a YouTube video from a gamer. And he said at the beginning, guys, I've got an urgent request for you. He said, I've set up some merchandise. I've got a Patreon site. Can you please go there and sign up? Our ad revenue has dropped by 80 to 90% in the last 2 weeks, right? So they're still showing the same number of ads. It's just that the revenue has dropped on these ads. So there's another tip. YouTube ads might be worthwhile to start looking at that. I've got my thermal skiing top on. Bear in mind, we are in the Mediterranean. We are in Spain, and it should be about 23, 24 degrees. It's 14.
I think it's warmer in Scotland today.
No, it is. It's like really happened here. Weather. It has rained almost every day in the last 6 weeks. We have not seen the sun. It's got massive cloud cover. There is something seriously wrong with the weather. So we've got 50 millimeters of rain due to come in tomorrow.
We've not seen
April. We should be out on the beaches in shorts and t-shirts.
It's not rained here for 4 weeks.
I know, we've had it all. So I got my hoodie. My hair got a little bit dodgy to say because look, I think I don't look at that. Look at my top knot.
You're gonna do a man bun, aren't you? Or you're gonna go full Ezra on us with the bunches.
Yeah. So I washed it this morning and I put it back. So I'm going the Francie Rossi route now.
See, it's like I've just seen a comment from Tamara about YouTube course. I still haven't figured this out.
No, the only reason we haven't done a YouTube course is because we can't get it to work as well as anything else. As soon as we get it to work, we'll do it. YouTube advertising, although now some people turn it into sales, most people just are doing it for awareness.
Yeah, and I think that's something which I'm kind of fighting with a little bit at the moment, certainly with Facebook, is that there's actually a massive amount of apprehension and mistrust with people clicking or buying through Facebook.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. I've seen an awful lot of comments, certainly on my ads, and I've seen it through anecdotal conversations I've had with friends of people saying, oh, I need to stop buying stuff from Facebook. And I'm like, that's a weird way of describing it. Buying stuff from Facebook. And it's a bit thing. The problem is that people aren't distinguishing between clicking on a Facebook ad, then going forward to go and buying something. And they're not seeing that they're buying from a third-party company or a Lean Greens or a SMO or whatever. They're basically going, I clicked on an ad on Facebook, so I'm buying from Facebook. And because of the whole drop shipping madness that's gone on over the last couple of years, the level of trust has diminished dramatically on Facebook.
Yeah, but I mean, still, even now, I'm seeing ads from, was it Wish or something like that?
I know.
Mate, you can see the poor quality of stuff in there.
Yeah.
COVID-19 masks. Yeah, I'm really going to buy a COVID-19 mask from this company that's been selling shit for the last 6 years or 6 months. I mean, give me a high quality ad any day.
So here's the thing: is like, we've been talking about this for a long time, and I've committed much more over the last 2-3 months, certainly over the last month or so, to really try and change where my traffic source is. And as much as I love my love-hate relationship with Facebook, I've got to the end of my tether with it, because, and this kind of is reinforcing my view on Facebook, is that there is way too much mistrust or distrust in buying through Facebook, and it's trying to get over that. And maybe the discovery of your brand is important on Facebook, but maybe not the conversion of. Yeah. So it's kind of like your like Mark's been talking about, he started this whole live thing where he was like taking a big audience, of showing them content, and then showing them the people who are interested, the warm audience, something more. Now, the other way of doing that is by getting somebody to click to land on your own property. So whether it's a blog post, or maybe not a product page, some kind of bridge page of some description. Remember bridge pages? My God!
Wow, good time there.
But the thing is, with bridge pages are important, because it's eliminating all the people that are not interested or never going to buy, and it's giving you a really hot targeted audience of people who spend more than 90 seconds on a blog post that you've written about YouTube marketing, for example, are way more qualified than those that have just seen like your 2-minute video on Facebook. Yeah, because they might watch the 2-minute video on Facebook, but they don't trust you yet. If they go onto your web page, to your blog post, and read an article for 5 minutes, and like they've been on there for more than 60 seconds, 90 seconds, and you pixel them as such, or you tag them, or however you want to do it, and so you're building an audience, that hot audience, that's when you go, okay, those are the people I'm going to show my conversion ads to. Yeah. And that's maybe the better way to look at this, because
the way I look at it is, so we've got this massive cold audience, we filter it down to a warm audience. Right. If I now put something like the foundation in front of them, which is free, they can sign up. Okay, they sign up, ping, they're onto my email list. I can put a free course in front of them, ping, they're onto my email list. I can do so many things and get them onto my page, right? I'm building a pixel list on Facebook. I'm building an email list. Now I can take that email list and I can move that email list into Google. Okay, I can import it into Google, and then I can start to run display ads, right, for SMO Pro. I can run display ads for the 5K method, I can run display ads for any of our paid courses because we have built the audience and we're utilizing our audience, and then double it up with the method we talked about a few weeks ago, whereby, for example, let's say I've got a course on, what have I got a course on? Affiliate marketing. Right, so I've got the 5K method on affiliate marketing. So I've got my audience on Facebook, I've got my audience in my email list, I've got an audience on Google. I can now run ads on specific pages, and it will say something like free affiliate marketing course. Have you tried the 5K method yet? Right? People click on that. They go to where they'll find it first is an article that someone's written about affiliate marketing. Where they'll find it on is somebody reviewing an affiliate marketing product. Where they'll find it on is someone who's reviewing affiliate marketing books. Where they'll find it on is people who are talking about ClickBank. Right? There they'll see my ad. So you come up with the whole encompassing strategy of where people can find your content, what you're doing with them once they found it. Because the important thing that you must focus on now is building your audience. It doesn't matter what level audience it is, even if it's they've just seen 25% of a crap 2-minute meme style video. It doesn't matter. There is a audience that you can then do something with, and you can take that. You actually move the audiences around.
One of the things that I kind of, one of the things that prompted the whole trying to convert some of that 47,000 people onto an email list, because I was like, oh shit, it's actually a big risk, because I've invested so much over the last 12, 18 months in building that list. I've not taken my own advice and got a backup of that list, or move them to the next stage, got them onto a different medium, which is why I've started doing this whole email, trying to get their email address, contest thing. And it's super, super important. I've noticed that Ben Settle's been talking about this in his latest emails that he's been sending out about, influencers who had 125,000 followers who've suddenly been deplatformed because they said something wrong. They might have mentioned COVID-19 or 5G or bat soup or Bill Gates or whatever. And the platform doesn't agree with them. The whole Alex Jones kind of, conspiracy theory stuff. And just by saying that, all of a sudden you get deplatformed, you lose your 125,000 followers. So it's things like that where you have to realize that you've got this platform of people, you've got this audience in one form. It's important that you do spread your risk, so you have multi-platforms, because no platform is 100% completely immune to getting shut down from you, even your email service provider. Okay, which is why I do a backup of my email list every single week. It's the one thing I do a backup of, put it into Amazon, and I have it onto a offline hard drive as my third place. And it's like those three, if my email platform decides, no, we don't like what you're doing anymore, I can go, okay, I'll find another solution to that, upload my list, and away I go. I'm back in business again. A bit annoying, probably a day's worth of work, but I'm not screwed. So it's looking at multi-platform stuff is important, like trying to figure out how to move people from, a kind of shaky sort of grounded platform like Facebook or YouTube, like subscriber list. It's like move it on.
Kamal says, is there a course on Google Display Ads? There is, because Tim did one a couple of years back, but I would say do not watch it. No, not simply because it's 2 years old. Okay, Google has changed again, so it will be the next step in the black book.
See, the thing is, it's like from my perspective, I've been looking for the right Google agency to run my Google ads, and up to now not done so well. I'm actually working with somebody who's actually an SMO, somebody who's been around the world of SMO for very, very many years, and looking at working with him going forward, because they understand the Google platform way better than me. It's like, and this is the thing I kind of got to the point with a lot of platforms, like ad platforms, different networks, is that yes, I can start, I can, I've dabbled, I've played with Google, and got kind of some results, and I've got some reasonable results with things like brand related keyword search stuff, so the basic retargeting campaigns and stuff like that. But generally I struggle to actually make it grow and expand. So, and I know that there's other people out there who can do it, so which is why I'm looking to work with a particular agency to help sort that out. So I, whilst I'd love to do a course on Google Display, it's kind of one of those, my depth of knowledge with it has diminished over the years because I just haven't looked at it. And I accept that somebody else out there has a better answer for me. Whilst it may cost me more money, it's, no,
100, absolutely 100% agree. I mean, part of the reason I literally took all my Facebook ads knowledge and tore it up and threw it in the bin and started fresh was because Facebook keeps on changing. And what we're doing with the $1 a day ads, while still valid, can be done better because there are other ways of doing things now. And that course is only, less than a year old.
Yeah.
And it moves on so quickly. So it's just a matter of just relearning everything. And now's the perfect time to relearn stuff.
I think it's interesting, the whole ad platforms, because I was talking to Facebook yesterday, and they were asking me, oh, what's your biggest challenges with Facebook, running Facebook ads? And I was like, to be honest with you,
bastards.
I was brutal with them. I said, it's inconsistency. It's like, as a lone entrepreneur, it's practically impossible for me to keep up with this. And maybe that's Facebook doing something on purpose to grow the agency level kind of advertising thing, because you can make more money from it. And it's like, for a solo entrepreneur, it's hard. And I'm like, you don't make it particularly easy for us as solo entrepreneurs to win.
Yeah.
And that's the reality of it. And I'm like going, I don't mind, as long as I understand the rules of the game. It's their platform, they can do what the hell they like with it. But it's like, I'm not, if I don't like the rules of their game, then I won't play it. I will move on to something else. And that's the way I kind of have to look at it. There are other ways, there are other places to get traffic, arguably better places to get traffic. You could invest your time in, and this is a whole Justin Brooke kind of approach to things. It's like, when he first started with Google Display, he was on, literally, he spent, I think, like $2 a day on one page on the internet, and then he just basically doubled his money each day. He kept on just doubling his money, because every pound or dollar he got back, fed it back into the machine. And it's like, within 30 days, he was, running a very successful ad campaign, because that's all he had at the time. And to a certain degree, there's the opportunity to do that kind of thing by going, do you know what? Let's just go and find a place where people are converting, and or who are in our audience, and run ads on that one page, or go and buy that blog. Go and buy the blog from the person that you want to run the ads from. It might be cheaper than actually running ads on their site. So there's different.
The second or third time in the last 2 months that I've mentioned, or we've mentioned, like the old creating your own ads that look like AdSense ads on your own site.
Yeah. There's a, I don't want to go too deeply into this because it will just it will be here for like 3 hours, not an hour. But there is an opportunity out there, and even more of an opportunity going forward, of a lot of people with blogs who aren't getting the ad revenue that they're used to. Yeah. So the value of their blog has diminished, and yet the traffic is still there. Or the YouTuber who is desperate to get more revenue because their ad revenue has fallen through the floor. Well, why not? If that person is attracting an audience that buys your product, why not approach that creator and partner with them, or buy their YouTube channel, or buy their blog, because if it's going cheap, why not?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I would put, if I was doing that now, I'd have Flipper as one of my first visits every morning, just to see what new sites have come on. You never know. There could be one there with 20, 30,000 visitors a month, which is nothing, absolutely nothing compared to some sites. But for a small business, it's 2 or 3 of those get in.
Well, if you give you an idea, it's like organically, like the organic traffic to Lean Greens every month is around about 1,500 to 2,000 people a month. Because of the ads that we run, it's around about 10 to 15,000 people a month come to our site. So it's not a massive amount, but if I suddenly went and bought a blog that had, or like went to a blog and partnered with them, who gets 30,000 visitors a month, I've essentially like tripled my scope, my viewership. I've got exposure to 3 times as many people as I had before.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I mean, this, as I said, we've got to prepare. You've got to now be thinking, okay, so this is going to be happening for us for a long time. There will be, I think it's 46% of people are working from home. 2 months ago, it was 26. Was it 26? Had occasionally work from home. Now it's 46%. That 46% isn't going to drop probably below 40% for years, probably, because companies have seen how well it's working. I've seen call centers, people actually doing it from their home. Yeah. So the call goes into the computer routes it out to their laptop at home. So they can do it. People can be flexible. They can go, okay, I'm online now for 2 hours, answer the calls, and then somebody else will come on, they'll do 2 hours. I mean, that's what's going to be happening. So
support, honestly, being in online tech support, at home tech support, like somebody struggling with connection, or they've got a problem with a computer, or they don't understand a piece of software, that sort of stuff. If you're an expert in a particular piece of software, absolutely the right thing to be in. Yeah.
I'll tell you now, this massive paperweight breaking the other day was probably one of the best things that's happened to me, because I've realized that I can do obviously all of my work on a tiny little MacBook and also iPad. I actually wrote an article and some stuff on an iPad the other day.
Big Guy's asking a question there about
talking of YouTube, is it best to use their studio editor, TubeBuddy for tools, or the new one on AppSumo, which seems cheaper than TubeBuddy as a one-off payment? I don't know. I've not checked the one on AppSumo, because I bought TubeBuddy 5 years ago through AppSumo. That was a good $39. I tell you which one I absolutely love, and I actually pay monthly for it, even though I've got TubeBuddy, is Morning Fame. Nico, the guy, does Morning Fame. He goes live almost every day. This guy knows how the algorithm works. He's an engineer, like proper nerdy tech, but he knows how YouTube works. And the data that he gives you in your account is amazing. So I'd test that. I think it's $12 a month. I mean, it's worth every penny, because it'll tell you which videos you can rank for. He uses this method called gateway videos. So when you go in there, say you search for how to use YouTube, okay, or how to rank on YouTube, he'll look for the anomaly, the outliers of the videos that are ranking in the top page. And if it's ranking there and it's an outlier, then you can basically replicate that and get on there, do it slightly better than that small video, right, with hardly any followers, than the one with 50,000 followers that's ranking. Really clever what they're doing.
Yeah, Morning Fame, definitely, probably good top tip, that one.
Yeah. Internet is shit here now because of all the people working online. It will change. the infrastructure will change. Absolutely no doubt about it, because internet companies, it's in their interest to pump up the jam, pump it up, keep it.
We're about to upgrade our home internet access because we've we decided that we didn't need 150 megabyte download but now we do. I was talking to Sam this morning, and she was like, "We're just going to sign up for it. It's an extra 12 quid a month." I was like, "Yeah, the amount we're saving 12 quid a day by not going out and drinking freaking coffee every freaking day."
Do you realise I still have the same 20 euro note in my wallet that I had on the March the 15th?
Yeah,
I've not had any beer. I'm not even at home. I've not even drunk a beer. I've actually got asked to get me a 6-pack for Saturday night.
I've had these two £10 notes in my wallet since the beginning of March. Yeah. I'm like, nobody's taking cash anymore.
Yeah.
Cashless society. How do you get a cashless society? You create a pandemic with bats and 5G.
See, you can get takeaway coffee, right? The local takeaways over here only opened they're allowed to open last week, but no one's allowed in there. So what happens? You phone them up, order your stuff, you wait in your car outside, they come out, right? Now, the first thing that we did was the day they opened, Alice went down, she went shopping late and then got a takeaway on the way back. It was bliss. It was absolute bliss. But this is, I mean, and unfortunately where we live, it's difficult to get deliveries. So or even postal deliveries. I haven't had a letter in 12 years delivered here. Absolutely seriously, I've not had a letter delivered in 12 years. So I think we knock on the head there, won't we? Before we start reminiscing about those good old days.
I know. I've spent a
long liquid lunch.
I'm just wondering how much a 100 baht note actually is worth. I think it's probably worth about 2p, isn't it?
Okay, what's the exchange rate, Donald? 100 baht note, 1,000 baht note. The coffees you could buy with that, mate.
Oh, yeah, probably buy 3 coffees.
In Thailand, it must be quite easy to become a millionaire.
Yeah, probably.
Excellent. Now, I actually worked out when we were in Mexico. Oh, those were the good old days.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Panic buying compass. See,
that's only so you can bury the wife.
No, I think this is a really interesting niche, actually, the whole gardening niche. The home gardening stuff and home improvement is going to go through the roof, man, because if people aren't spending the money out and getting experiences outside of the home, they want to improve the experience of their in-home. Yeah. And I think that's a really interesting, really interesting niche.
Honestly, if we could get sort of garden furniture delivered here, or if we get IKEA to deliver garden furniture here, I'd have new table and chairs outside for when it stops raining. But yeah, I tell you what I'm working on. I've got some network Cat5 network cable in here, or Cat6 actually, somewhere in the house, and I'm going to run cables, long cables, all around the house, so that I can through all the ducting, so I can just run it out into the garden. I've got some mesh networking that I put in. So literally, I've got the top floor, the middle floor where we are now, and the bottom floor. I've got mesh networks, but I can put it on the balconies at the top and out in the garden. So that's. Oh, you sit in the park. You're allowed out. Nobody understands, right? Spain, you're not allowed out. You're not allowed to exercise. You can take a dog out once a day to walk it within 250 meters of your house. You're allowed to go shopping once a day. Every time Alison goes down the hill, she gets stopped at the roadblocks and go, "Where are you going?" "I'm going to get some freaking food." Same as last week. Honestly, absolutely. I'm not going to knock it because I think it's a good idea. If everyone had done this at the start, there wouldn't be the problem. I mean, but the lockdown here have been really, really stringent. And well, you can see that the death rate in Spain is dropping faster than almost anywhere else. Unlike some parts of the world where a certain person is suggesting injecting disinfectant.
So Sam
and shining a UV light into your ear or something. Unfortunately, the UV light that kills bacteria and germs also burns skin, which is why they wear big masks and big rubber gloves when they're using it.
So we have a game in our house at the moment. Is like in the morning of
what did Trump say next last?
Stupid shit Donald has said.
Oh, I can't say anything because we'll get a load of trouble. I'll get a load of shitty emails again. Oh, dear.
Anyway, that's enough.
Yeah. It's man.
Hopefully you guys have enjoyed that and got something from it. Because I say there's certainly
we wasted an hour. Yes.
From a Facebook perspective, there is a lot of opportunity there. There is a lot of things that you can do. And now, certainly now that CBO is not being pushed like crazy by Facebook, you can do ad set budget optimization instead. Definitely, I would, dive into some of the strategies that Mark's talking about. They're super, super low cost. It's like literally like, what you're spending, $10 a day has been the most you're spending. So,
Stuart, allotment twice a week, gardening centre and post office are open, and you're happy. When's the cardigan shop opening, son? go get yourself a nice pair of some nice pipe and slippers.
Dear. And certainly with the like campaigns as well, if you've been running like campaigns or if you're considering running like campaigns, think about what you're going to do next with all of those likes. Move them onto that email list as quickly as possible. So if you're not already a member of SMO, the foundation.
Sorry. We do this so we can promote our business, don't we?
We do, yeah. Join smo.com/free. It's free. It's free. It's free.
Absolutely free.
We do also have a pro group as well, but get into the free group first. See what we can do.
And if you like us,
if you're really pissed off with us, then
then you won't like the pro group.
You won't like the pro group. No, definitely not. Cool. That's enough for one day and 1 week. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see.
And you know the good thing about today's show, mate?
What?
I don't have to tell people not to listen to it in front of their kids.
Oh yeah, I think I may have sworn once.
Yeah, no, but no, it's what. Yeah, I'm not going to say what you said last week. Daddy, what the butt fuck? Damn.
Managed to get butt fuck into the stream twice.
Sorry, Apple.
Dear.
Here we go. Hang on. Police will is that strip you?
Yeah, I was just going to say, or the neighbours will strip you.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think part of the problem with certain countries is they've gone, well, we'd rather like you to do this if possible. Whereas South Africa, Spain have gone, no, this is what you're doing. There's no ifs and buts. There's no loopholes.
Well, there we go. Right. See you next week.
See you later, guys. Before we get too political.
Yeah.
Pound the people. See you later, guys. Bye.